So I'm going to do a video on what I think is the best PC for under $1,000 for a pre-built, and I would have to go definitely with this one over anything else, and I'll explain why. This one comes with everything needed. It comes with a keyboard and mouse, if I'm not mistaken. It also has a Ryzen 5 1600, 6-core 12 thread. It has an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060, 6 gigabyte, so ready to go, and a 500 gigabyte M2 PCI SSD. So basically, it means that it plugs right into the motherboard. There it is, right there, the HP. It comes with a Zotac Gaming RTX, which is great. It comes with Team Group and an ASRock motherboard, which we can look up right here. Here's the motherboard, a brand name. Here's the graphics card, a brand name. Here's the memory, a brand name, and actually quite affordable. Now, the problem with this computer in general, it only has 2 slots of RAM, but a 16 is what 16 is good enough for what you're doing. If as long as you're not doing a ton of video editing, 16 gigabytes is more than enough. Uh, Now this is the competitor, the CyberPower, for more money with 8 gigabytes of RAM, a smaller SSD, a hard drive, and the i5 9400F, which if we take a look, it scores 14% higher on average. It's 4% higher average benchmark, but the peak performance on this one is much higher if you do overclocking. It has a better value, but nice to have beats it. So they're very, very comparable. I would definitely overclock this from 3.2 to a 3.6 or 3.8, depending on how you feel about overclocking, but I would definitely recommend this processor's 12 thread allows you to do just about anything all at the same time. Um, so yeah, like I don't think like 1,100 versus 900 for 16 gigabytes. A similar processor with an aftermarket cooling. We can also tell from this photo that there's 2 fans at the front and then multiple fans up top. Looks pretty nice. Very cool looking front, all blue. It's a thermal take. Very cool up up top. Actually has 4 USBs. It looks like 2 3.0s, and then the head jack right there. Power buttons look pretty neat. And then the back, you'll get your 6 USBs hookup. And then on the back, you can also see that you'll have one HDMI. No, looks like 2 HDMI and 2 DPs. So multiple monitors definitely would be recommended with this. You can definitely use 144 hertz, no problem on any game you throw at it, and you might even be able to use 240 on lower end games. Also comes with a brand name power supply. So this, I don't see a single thing where it's kind of like, oh, they cheaped out there. Like the case is nice, even the motherboard, even though it only has 2 sticks, it's still a brand name motherboard, and it has pretty much everything you need. And then the 140 millimeter thermal take fan on the back is very nice for actually pushing out a lot of hot air. And then the multiple fans up top will definitely keep the system very cool. So this is the one that I would highly recommend.